The end of my marriage didn't arrive with shouting, slammed doors, or dramatic confessions. It came quietly, delivered with a soft smile from the woman I had once believed I'd grow old with. My name is Evan Brooks, and for years I held on to the idea that love stayed alive through the everyday choices two people made. Loyalty, small gestures, shared routines, quiet understanding. I thought Leah believed the same. That Sunday morning, the house felt almost peaceful. The sunlight slid across the kitchen counter, warming the place where she sat across from me with her hands curled around a mug. I recognized that posture, steadying herself for something serious. I assumed it would be about finances or her mother or some issue we had to deal with. But the look in her eyes wasn't one of stress. It was something else, something calm, already decided. "I need to tell you something," she murmured. I set my phone aside and gave her my full attention. "Okay, tell me." She swallowed, inhaled slowly, and spoke with a strange certainty. "I slept with someone last night." The world didn't explode. My heart didn't stop. Her words dropped into the silence like a pebble hitting still water. Small, but heavy enough to disturb everything beneath the surface. She waited, watching me closely, as if she expected to witness me falling apart. But instead, an unexpected calm settled over me. Maybe it was shock. Maybe something deeper had been preparing for this moment long before she said the words. And what came out of my mouth wasn't anger. It was a simple, steady, "Congrats." Her expression cracked instantly. Confusion flashed, then irritation. That wasn't the reaction she had rehearsed. She had expected shouts, slammed fists, a wounded husband she could point to later and say, "See? This is why it didn't work anymore." "What do you mean, congrats?" she snapped. I leaned back, strangely composed. "Exactly what it sounds like. Congratulations on finally doing what you've probably been thinking about for a long time." Her jaw tightened. She looked away like the truth had scratched something inside her. "It wasn't planned," she insisted. "It just happened." But I knew better. People don't confess because they want honesty. They confess because guilt becomes too heavy to carry alone. The moment felt like a replay of every sign I'd ignored. The nights she turned away, the distant tone in her voice, the way she'd been slipping out of the marriage long before her body did. "Who was it?" I asked. She hesitated. "Just someone I met at the bar with my coworkers." It wasn't emotional. As if removing the emotion somehow made infidelity easier to swallow. The silence stretched again, this time sharper, colder. She waited for an outburst. Instead, I stood up, rinsed my mug and wiped my hands dry. "That's it," she demanded. "You're just walking away? What did you expect?" I replied. "A dramatic monologue? Tears? I'm not giving you the reaction you practiced." Her face flushed with frustration. "I didn't rehearse anything." "You rehearsed everything," I said quietly. "Even how you thought this conversation should go." She didn't deny it. And in that moment, something inside me clicked into place. This wasn't a marriage ending. It was a marriage that had ended long ago, and I was only now acknowledging it. She hadn't come to me with regret. She'd come with her decision already neatly folded and tucked into her pocket. "You're taking this really well," she whispered. "No," I said. "I'm taking it truthfully." And the truth was simple. You can only be destroyed by someone you still trust. And I couldn't remember the last time I fully trusted her. I walked toward the hallway, but her voice followed, trembling slightly. "Evan, can we talk about what this means for us?" I turned back and saw uncertainty for the first time. Not confidence, not calm. A crack in her armor. "We can talk," I said. "But you might not like the direction it goes." She stepped forward, voice fragile. "I didn't tell you because I wanted to hurt you. I told you because I wanted us to be honest." I almost laughed, not from humor but disbelief. "Honesty would have been telling me you were unhappy before you went to find someone else," I said. "Confessing after the damage is done isn't honesty. It's cleanup." Her shoulders rose and fell shakily. "So what now? Are you leaving?" "Leaving isn't the question," I replied. "The real question is, what did you think would happen after this?" Her mouth opened, but no answer came. She hadn't thought past the moment she crossed that line. Most people don't. I grabbed my keys and wallet. She watched me like a man slipping through her fingers. "Where are you going?" she asked, voice small. For a walk. I need space. I want to fix this, she whispered. Who exactly wants to fix it? I asked. The version of you who cheated, or the version who wants me to deal with the fallout? She didn't reply. Tears filled her eyes for the first time, but tears didn't rewrite choices. Outside, the air hit me hard and clean. As I walked, the truth became sharper. The marriage had been fading for months, maybe years. I had been holding on alone. After an hour, I returned, not for reconciliation but for closure. My closure. Leah looked up from the couch, eyes swollen. Evan, please. I made a mistake. A terrible one. A mistake is forgetting your keys or burning dinner, I said. Cheating isn't a mistake. It's a choice you made and dressed up as an accident. She covered her face as her voice cracked. I don't want to lose you. You didn't think about that last night, I replied. You thought only about yourself. Her hands dropped. You're being cold. I'm being honest, I said. She took a shaky breath. We can see a counselor. We can try. Counseling doesn't rebuild trust, I cut in. Trust comes from the choices people make. And your choice already told me everything. So this is really it, she whispered. This is accepting reality. You wanted something outside our marriage. Maybe you didn't say it, but your actions did. So, congratulations, Leah. You got what you were reaching for. The word hit her differently this time. She heard it. Understood it. You're really done, she breathed. I'm done waiting for you to love me the way I loved you, I said. The quiet between us was final. She didn't try to stop me when I picked up a small bag and headed for the door. I'll stay with my brother for a while, I told her. We'll handle everything else when we're ready. She nodded through silent tears. As I stepped out of the house that once felt like home, I felt sadness, but also a strange, liberating calm. I wasn't walking away because I'd lost. I was walking away because I finally understood my worth. Sometimes the strongest thing a man can say isn't I forgive you or I'll try again. Sometimes the strongest thing he can say is the word that ends everything without raising his voice. Congrats.